Hi, everybody, it's FIBO Group, and you are watching to the Market Watch review. After yesterday's sharp declines in the U.S., large bourses across Asia-Pacific were today down. China and Hong Kong posted more than 1% gains, which is an exception. Stoxx 600 in Europe fell to a new low last year before rebounding. The index is slightly higher than 1% at midday. Futures in the U.S. are about 0.75% higher. After the Bank of Japan did not indicate any intention to address the yawning divergence in monetary policy, the greenback is now trading with a stronger bias. The yen has been tagged for around 2.2%. The price of gold has increased by nearly $1.50 per ounce in the last two sessions, but it has been offered again today at $1,850. July WTI continues its recovery from the 4.4% slide during the first sessions of this week. Yesterday, it gained nearly 2%, and today is up 1%. It is now near $119. Asian Pacific market. The Bank of Japan did not move, but reaffirmed its commitment to yield curve control, daily bond purchases, and drove the yen down sharply. Yesterday's low of JPY 131.50 was surpassed by the dollar's recovery to nearly 134.65. A combination of an unexpectedly large RBA rate increase last week, a higher-than-expected rise in minimum wage, and hawkish comments by Governor Lowe has caused a drastic adjustment in Australian rates expectations. After the 80 BP increase last week, the implied year-end rate has risen 70 BP. Yesterday's $0.7070 was the end of the two-day rally that lifted Australia's dollar by 2.5%. In Europe, it is trading at $0.7000 as of late morning. Market of Europe. The Bank of England raised the base rate 25 BP. The Bank of England raised the base rate by 25 BP. It stated that instead of expanding by 0.1% in this quarter, the economy would contract by 0.3% and inflation would peak at closer to 11% than 10%, as it had suggested previously. Sterling was capped today at $1.2365, a consolidative tone being seen ahead of the weekend. Market expectations were set by the ECB earlier this week, when it announced an emergency meeting to discuss market conditions. It was a simple meeting with instructions to others for a second meeting to discuss the market and to devise a tool to combat divergence in interest rates. After advancing in the last three sessions, which was the longest advance this month, the euro is consolidating today. Market of America. Although Fed Chair Powell tried to discredit any suggestion that the economy was in danger, the most recent data for May and June have been disappointing. Today's news includes the May industrial production report and the leading indicators index. Canada reports May industrial prices in Canada and April securities transactions. These are not typical drivers for the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar fell 1.5% against the US dollar this week and is therefore one of the weakest major currencies. That's all for me. Closely monitor the news background and be prepared for all the surprises of the market.